It's a grand day. It's a glorious day. Why? Because we're alive, no matter what's going on. And trust and believe, I know we all have some stuff going on. We could pull out our stories and tell everybody about all the stuff going on. I could give you a whole, I could give you a whole bunch, right? And what do we get? What do we get when we do that? I get agreement reality. I get people that agree with me, or I get people that are trying to one-up me. Oh yeah, you went through that. Well, let me tell you, I went through this. And you start to have this one-upsmanship on how bad things are. Where's that energy going? Ooh. I have to say, what I love to do is to be real. We're walking the path together. We're walking the path together, and there's no inequality here. It's not like, I am some grand enlightened being and you are, little birds chirping, waiting for bits of wisdom. No, none of that. We're equal. There's no inequality. There's no inequality. And and that's why I like to share with you what I'm going through, right? Because we're all going through it. I'm going through it. We're all going through it. So how do we grow through it? Instead of just go through it, how do we grow through it? That's what we're going to talk about today. When the shift hits the fan. How do you know when the shift hits the fan? Woo! You know something good's coming. You know something's good is coming. But I want to go back to this sense of inequality and sharing, right? What we're going through, growing through, is, look, if there is a sense of I'm fixing something, like you're tuning into this to get fixed, right? Then I have something that you don't, and there's an inherent inequality. But if I'm coming at this with, I want to be of service. I want to be of service to the spirit that is moving through me and moving through you. Same spirit. It's not moving through me any bigger than it is moving through you. It's not moving through Deepak Chopra or the Dalai Lama any bigger than it's moving through me or you. Same spirit, equally distributed, evenly everywhere. So that's why I want to share with you some stuff that's going through me so that we can together walk this path a little way. And I think I said on the announcement for it, on the meme for it, was that we might find a shady glade and sip a cool lemonade. I like that. Let's have a little lemonade together. I'll just have a little H2O. How about that? That's good. Water, cool water. Okay, so what the topic is today. Oh, I want to check the chat out, see who's chatting. Hey, Margarita, great to see you. When the shift hits the fan. Yes, that's a good phrase. It's not mine, but it happens. I think it was Reverend Michael's actually, or I don't know if he got it from somewhere, but it's good. So, on subject, right? If the universe is truly a reflective place. Hey, Michael. Hey, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. If the universe is truly a reflective place, right? There's a creative medium that we live and move and have our beingness in. And that creative medium responds to our thinking. Now, it's responding automatically. It's not like we have to do anything for it to respond. In fact, everything that we're experiencing now is a condensation of the previous energy and thoughts that we held before. They're out picturing now. It's happening automatically. Most of us don't do this consciously. We're just living our lives, putting stuff out, and it comes back to us, and then we get pissed, like, oh, why am I having that experience? Why am I having that experience, right? But if we can apply this principle consciously, that the universe is a reflective energy that receives the energetic input that we put in and sends it back to us, reflects back to us, then ultimately everything that we're experiencing to some degree is our responsibility. And there's a little bit of wobble there, right? Because you might say, well, I didn't ask to be abused as a child. That's not right. Well, that's a different quality of manifestation. But in general, the universe is reflecting back to us what we put into it. It is an organism that reflects back like a mirror. And a mirror, when you stand in front of the mirror, you don't have to beg or pray to the mirror for the reflection to be sent back. You don't have to cajole it or persuade it. You put something out, bam, you get the image back. And that image is just what you put in. That's the nature of the universe. It happens automatically. So now that we're aware of that, we can guard our thoughts and begin to direct this energy in a conscious manner. Most of us are using it unconsciously and are dissatisfied with the results, right? When we can use it with a conscious manner, we bring something to it. Let me just give a shout out to Maureen. Hey, sunshine. Francis, good day. Francis and Petra, great to see you. So great to see you. And Soul Medicine, thank you. Love you. Love you. Hi, Danny. So now we want to use this energy consciously. So it's always an inside job. Whatever I'm experiencing in my life right now is an effect of some energetic expression that I made of previously held beliefs, ideas, thoughts. And this is the nature of the universe. So when something happens that's dissatisfying, I know that it's somehow reflecting back to me. If it's dissatisfying for me, it's reflecting back for me an area that needs to be healed. If it's a pleasant reflection, it's reflecting back to me something that's looking to be revealed, either healed or revealed, either amplified or released, right? So now I can take the experiences that I've had and begin to work with them. So I've had a little bit of wobbles in my life lately. Life is fundamentally rock bottom good, right? Fundamentally, at the core, I'm alive. Let me start there. Let's start with, if I'm having an experience that's negative in my life, I'm gonna turn away from that for a minute, and I'm gonna say, well, let me just remind myself of what's good. All right, I'm alive. I've got 10 fingers, and I've got 10 toes. I've got 2 hands and 2 feet. I can grab stuff. I have an opposing thumb. That's a cool feature, right? I can grab stuff. I can see. I have 2 eyes. I have 2 ears. Wow. I mean, there are people that are not functioning with all of that. They're not any less, but it's just, I can be grateful for this that I have. I, thank goodness, am not searching for a place to sleep tonight. I got a place to lay my head. No matter how life is treating me right now, I got a place to lay my head. And I know where my next meal is coming from. And I live, and we all absolutely right now in this moment, right where you are right now, your needs are met. Right now, all my needs are met. Right now, all your needs are met. We have everything we need right now. I'm not talking about next month when I got to pay my rent or what's coming up or what's going to happen in the future, just right now. So we begin by anchoring into, tell me what's good. Tell me something good. Right? Tell me something good. What's good in your life? Type it in. You're having window wobbles too, this little light. I know. It happens. Here's the thing. When these wobbles in our life happen, I know I get caught and I start thinking, what am I doing wrong? What have I what have I done to deserve this? Why is this happening to me? Right? This is unfair. That person is making it happen. That external experience is affecting me. I can get into that mindset really quickly. So the first thing I do, tell me something good. Number 1, let me just anchor into the fact that I do have so much to be grateful for. I mean, even think about the conveniences in our life. Even when the shift is hitting the fan, we still have a refrigerator that stores our food. You have a beautiful daughter, beautiful. Yes, thank you, Sylvia. And your dog snoring in your lap, Fee. I love that. Stinks, but good. I love him. That's awesome. I love it. Thank you. I don't know if you can see these comments because they're coming in from all different places. But one person says, my dog's snoring in my lap. He stinks, but God, I love him. I think that's so cute. So we even can start being in gratitude and tell me something good about some of the most mundane things in our life. I got a refrigerator. It stores my food and keeps stuff cold. I can freeze stuff, right? I can adjust the temperature on my shower to exactly the temperature that I want. I got a car, or I'm on a bus, right? I have a mode of transportation. I have a bike. I have something, right? There's a lot of really good things happening in our lives, even when stuff is in other areas kind of unpalatable, right? So yeah, Sean, I woke up. That's the big one. I'm awake. I'm aware. I'm alive. Even this life, all of the challenges, all of the blessings, we're alive. We have another chance. Even if today sucked, there's tomorrow. Woo! Thank you. And here's the thing. All of this is working together for our good. So there's nothing that is against us. Nothing is against us. Even the hardest things. Like, either life is bringing us challenges for us to grow through, or life is bringing us blessings that lift us up. But one way or the other, life is for us. Even the things that don't seem to be, right? Because a lot of times, that's why Jesus says, don't get caught up in appearances. Don't get caught up in circumstance. Because the circumstance and the appearances, we don't know what's behind them. We don't know what might emerge 10 years from now or 5 years from now. We don't know what's in the mind of God that's held for us. I remember I was talking about this today in class. I thought my life was wasted for well into my 40s, well into my late 40s. I was thinking, when am I going to figure stuff out? When am I going to pull my head out of my ass and figure out what I'm supposed to do with my life? Because I had friends that, we were in college, they wanted to be a lawyer, and now they're, a partner in a law firm. They wanted to be a doctor, now they're running hospital systems. They wanted to be an IT guy, and now they're, running gaming for Microsoft or whatever, right? And here I am. I was doing all this stuff. I was, for years and years, I had cool jobs, but none of them had consistency. I taught English in Mexico. I ran an armored car company. I worked for a petroleum company. I ran a nightclub. I was a sales manager at a yacht club. I got to live in Sedona and open up hotels. I mean, all this cool stuff, right? And I kept wondering, well, when am I going to figure out what my purpose is? Because all of it was cool, but none of it felt like I was on purpose, right? I studied spiritual practitionership with Reverend Michael at Agape. I did speech and debate, and I loved music and singing, and I sang in the choir and all this stuff, but I wasn't good enough to be a soloist, and I wasn't a good enough piano player to make music my career. And I did some stand-up, but it wasn't really the thing that got it for me, right? I wasn't successful at that. So I had all these cool things, and I lived in all sorts of different places, but there was no through line, no consistency. And I thought for the longest time, when am I going to pull my head out of my ass and figure out what it is I'm supposed to do with my life? And then I ended up here at Rhythmia. And guess what? Every single thing, working in Mexico, learning Spanish, working in international business and learning stuff about customs and doing business internationally, working for hotels and restaurants and learning about hospitality, learning spiritual practitionership with Reverend Michael, speaking Spanish, music, performance, literature, all the things that I studied, speech and debate, all of that, antiquity, philosophy, everything, right? It was all this cool stuff. None of it had a through line, but I ended up here in my late 40s, early 50s. And lo and behold, every single one of those things was preparing me for this now iteration of my life. It was all preparation. But for years, it seemed like such a struggle. I had good times in my life and all that, but then eventually always come back to, when am I going to figure it out? When am I going to figure it out? What's happening? I wish I could just have a singularity of purpose. That's what I kept saying. I want a singularity of purpose. So what we can say back to the nature of the universe, that whatever is happening, it's happening for us, even when we can't see it, even when it doesn't appear to be so, even when it's challenging, even when it's tough. It's working for us. Nothing's being withheld. And if I am able to open up to this truth, and just even when I can't see it, to step into the anchor, into the possibility that everything is working together for my good, and trust in that. That's the first piece. So whatever I'm going through, I'm growing through. It's an opportunity. So first, shift hits the fan. First thing, come back to subject. Let me remember. Tell me something good. Tell me something good. Next, let's remember the truth that the universe is a reflective, energetic medium that responds to our thinking, and that everything is really happening for me, even if it doesn't appear to be. I'm not going to get caught up in appearances. Let me look at this. Some shout outs to people. Ooh, you guys are making some great comments. Margarita says, I'm listening to you and your words definitely have centered me. Thank you. I really love that. Thank you. Carmen says, yes. Maureen Crosby, I am so grateful. Thankful and grateful. Yes, thank you. And Miriam, 100% correct. Life is for me. Watching billowy sorbet clouds. Thank you. Agneska, thank you so much. What a beautiful, beautiful poetic phrase. Sean says, took him into his 50s. Damn, it was worth it. That's right, baby. That's right. My mom used to say, what didn't happen in a year can happen in a day. What didn't happen in 5 decades can happen in 1 day. This little light feels the same way. She's 56. Right on, people. Life is getting more beautiful. Amen, Sean. Do you guys have a book? I will soon. I'm just putting it out there. And Maureen, thank you. Okay, so shift hits the fan. Tell me something good. And then let's remember the truth of the creative medium of the universe. It's reflecting back to me. Whatever is reflecting back to me, I'm growing through. Can I locate myself there? Can I come back to subject? What is seeking to be healed in me? What is seeking to be revealed in me? If this is being reflected back, where is my growing edge? What am I growing through? Where is this ability of myself to see something being called forth? Either something's looking to be released or something's looking to be called forth. I'm either growing through something or it's revealing. It's healing or revealing. This is the nature of the universe. So we can trust in that. We can trust in that. And it doesn't make it any easier sometimes. It can still be tough. But if I can locate myself there and say, something is seeking to emerge, something is seeking to be released. What is it? This is a reflection of my past thoughts, what I'm experiencing now. So what are they trying to teach me? Is it trying to heal something? What is it pointing to? What is it pointing to? So I'll share with you, let's see. There's been some stuff. I started to notice how much I needed approval. That while I am a genuine person and I express myself genuinely, fully expressed, actually not fully expressed yet. If you think this is fully expressed, just wait till more is coming, baby. So if I can say that, right, that I noticed through some circumstances in my life this last couple of weeks, I noticed how I was doing things with the expectation that somebody was going to say, attaboy, good job. You really killed it. That's a great thing. Blah, blah, blah. And I was working for approval. I didn't realize that. And so I was having some challenging times in life. I wasn't getting the approval that I was seeking. It was starting to piss me off. And then, what is it? What's trying to be healed in me, right? First, I was blaming. Well, these people just don't appreciate me, blah, blah, blah. No. Why am I seeking approval? I saw that. Oh, I'm seeking approval. I'm seeking something to secure my belonging. And now I got to recalibrate. Oh, I'm doing something for me. I could begin to stand in my power. Someone said that earlier. I'm standing in my power now. It feels so good. So that was a shift. So the difficulty and challenging times brought me to a new realization of my own individual purpose and power, and that I'm more aware when I'm starting to seek approval from others. Reverend Michael has a beautiful saying that, you're either pushed by pain or pulled by a vision. It's a really beautiful turn of phrase that codifies what we're talking about. Life is always working for us. Sometimes if it's painful, it's pushing us to a newer expression, a greater expression. Sometimes if it's really beautiful, it's pulling us towards a newer expression. But both ways are working together for our good. So that's really the nuts and bolts of On Subject. Everything is back here. Right? So whatever's happening in my external environment, I have no control over some things in my life. But ultimately, my responsibility is that I can come back to subject and see what is that reflecting back to me to be healed. What area of myself, the area of myself these last couple of weeks that needed to be healed was I'm okay. And I don't need the approval of others. I need to give that to myself. Can I give that to myself? Can I be like, you know what? No matter what anybody said, you nailed it. That was good. Attaboy, give it to myself. Wow, what a shift. So that's really our talk today. I want to thank you guys for so many great comments. I really appreciate it. I'm so grateful for you all. I really love doing this, and I'm so grateful that you all tune in. I'm sending you so much love, just sending you peace and blessings and joy and abundance and health and vitality and wholeness and excellence and creativity and earnest, sincere joy, all of it. So blessings to you. God bless you. God keep you. God shine his face upon you and bring you peace beyond any human understanding, beyond any circumstance, a peace that surpasses circumstance. And so it is. Many, many blessings. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for your beautiful comments.